Welcome, sports fans, to another edition of the Lakelands football show presented by the Index Journal. My name is Jimmy Faulkner. We're glad to have you again. We will be pigskin prognosticating again, letting you know where our sports reporters will be this week. And I'll turn it over here to Michael to kind of take it from there.
Last week on our first show, we failed to mention we are opening and starting to cover Lawrence and Clinton high school football, as well as Lawrence Academy. And we're glad to have Lawrence and Clinton joining the Index Journal coverage area. And they got a huge matchup this week, which we'll get to a little bit later. But wanted our audience to know that Lawrence and Clinton will definitely be watching you guys on Friday night.
Glad to hear that. My daughter goes to Lawrence Academy. Just want to remind you folks, just in case you have forgotten, I'm batting 1,000. I picked them all right last week.
Barely.
Dixie Hornets pulled through for me. I have my friend right here, a good client of mine as well, Mr. Kevin Prater. He'll be pigskin prognosticating here this week with me too. Glad to have Kevin as a guest. So let's turn it over to Kevin, and he'll get the prognosticating going for us.
Well, first of all, last year in my pick'ems, everybody knows I know how to pick a loser, so I'll be doing Prater's losers instead of winners, okay? So start off with, we got Holly Hill at Lawrence Academy. Since your daughter goes there, I'd love to pick her, but Lawrence Academy's a loser, 18-29.
This Lawrence Academy, smaller school, roster is kind of limited. I agree with that pick. Maybe not the score there, Kevin, but I think Holly Hill's got a lot of great seniors, a lot of good football players, so I'm going to agree with that one.
She may be ill with me this week, but I've got Holly Hill too.
Our next game is Oak Brook Prep at Greenwood Christian. Well, Greenwood Christian's finally become a full squad now. They got 11 players on the field, and I'm going to pick a loser of Oak Brook.
Wow.
Well, Greenwood Christian School's first time out is 11-man football. Wish them well, but I have to agree with Prater. I got Oak Brook.
Yeah, guys, it's first year for Jolly Doolittle, 11-man. He's got a lot of responsibilities. They got a lot of challenges over there, Greenwood Christian. They're already down 3 offensive linemen, so odds are kind of stacked against them. So I'm also going to go against them and pick Oak Brook Prep.
Y'all got to remember, I'm picking the loser now. Y'all picking the winners. Our next game is the defending state champ Southside Christian Sabres coming to Ware Shoals, playing the Purple Hornets. I love me some Crago, but I'm sorry. Prater's loser this week, Ware Shoals, 7-31.
I'm a Prater. I got Southside Christian School winning that one.
Yeah, it's hard to beat a defending champ, even though Ware Shoals is at home, showed a lot of fight last week after going down. But
and after a rain delay. Our third rain delay of that weekend. That was terrible. So hopefully they escape without one of those.
Exactly right. We'll go next game, Lincoln County, Georgia at McCormick. Lincoln County has won since 1972, or hasn't lost, I should say, since 1972. So, Kevin, I'm interested to hear your pick.
Well, your Red Devils from Georgia are coming up to McCormick this week, and even though they have a fantastic running back over in McCormick, Prater's loser, McCormick, 14-37.
You see this? Every opportunity they give me grief. Georgia grad here.
I'm going with the Georgia girl. I like Lincoln County in this one.
McCormick also has, everyone knows, Mateo Durant, big running back, being looked at by USC. He's going to be probably held out of the game, as well as their quarterback. So they're going to be limited in numbers. So, yeah, that one could get out of hand, unfortunately.
Next game is Crescent at Dixie. I think Coach Murdoch could be rolling his Crescent Tigers into the Dixie Hornet patch. And Jimmy, I love you too, man, but I got to go Kevin's loser, Dixie, 10-28.
How about those Dixie Hornets? Come to speak of my boys over there, shocking Ware Shoals the way they did. I'm proud. I've got my Dixie Hornets. Crescent's 3A, but Dixie's got a brand new plan and a brand new attitude, and I've got my Hornets.
Well, it is Vic Lawless's home debut, but I don't think he gets this one done. against the 3A Tigers that's just a little bit more physical, a little bit quicker. You know, they say the biggest improvement in week 2 usually comes in week 2, but I still think Crescent's going to take this one.
Go Hornets.
Our next game's a big one from 2 historic programs, Woodruff at Abbeville. I mean, between those 2 and Greenwood football, that might be some of the 3 of the biggest school football programs in our state. And that's a tough decision because Abbeville's got a plethora of athletes, and so does Woodruff. But Prater's loser, Woodruff, 24-25 in a battle.
I'm picking Abbeville. Abbeville wins this one. A lot doing part of those defensive backs that Abbeville has. Woodruff's going to come in wanting to throw the ball. Ain't going to happen. I got Abbeville.
It's a 3A versus a 2A. Abbeville's hot. They've won 9 in a row, guys. They're at home. This is only their 2nd home game out of 4 this year, so make sure you go out and see it. But Woodruff just beat a very good AC Flora team. I like Woodruff in this one, guys.
Well, this next one hits home with me because I'm a 1978 graduate of Clinton High School. And of course, Lauren's Coach Liner is one of my favorite coaches, and everybody knows Coach Liner from around here. He also has a team full of athletes. I mean, he's just covered up with athletes. Clinton's coming in this year with their interim head coach and still trying to find their way over there. As much as I love my Red Devils, Kevin's loser, Clinton, 12-33.
Have to disagree with you on that one. I got the Clinton Red Devils on this one, Prater. Going with your alma mater.
You're not going to go 1,000 this week, I promise you, my friend. Lauren's too many athletes. Summy Carlay, big offensive tackle, committed to USC. He's going to pave the way for a big rushing night for the Raiders.
Our next game is Midland Valley coming to Greenwood. Midland Valley, those guys over in Midland Valley, I think they went to state championship last year, had a clip at the end. But Greenwood's going to put a formidable team on the field this week. But I got to pick the loser, Midland Valley, in a close one, 28-29.
I've got the Greenwood Eagles on that new turf.
Yeah, it's a tough one to call for me. Greenwood's at home. They're coming off a great game against Emerald. I'm going to go Greenwood in a close one, just like Kevin said.
Yep, and I'll actually be at that game. Midland Valley did go to the state championship 3A last year. They lost it, and they also lost their coach. This is Andrew Jenkins' first game, and it's at Greenwood. I got the Greenwood Eagles going 2-0.
Go Eagles. Our game of the week. The Newberry Bulldogs are coming into 96, my heart and soul. I tell you, Coach Doolittle's always got his boys playing good football down there, but I think Coach Strickland at Newberry has too many athletes on the field. As much as I'd love to say 96, I got to pick 96 as my loser, 14-28.
I'm going with you on that. I hate to see the Wildcats come out 0-2, but that's the way I'm going to call it.
You picked a good a guest speaker. He seems to know a little bit more than you do there, Jimmy. So he's right. They're both right. Newberry's got great athletes all over the place. 96 played tremendous on defense. The offense has got to get better in order for them to, improve each week. And I just don't think they're going to have enough offense against a great Newberry defense. So I'm going to go with Newberry as well.
And I'll actually be covering this game. You can follow me on Twitter at Sarah_K_Spence for updates on my story. I'm actually with these guys. I think 96 had a really tough game, really tough battle, lost the first game, and then I think they're going to be a little overwhelmed by Newberry. Went to the state championship, even though they lost last season. I think it's a little too much for them to handle back-to-back really tough weeks starting off the season.
But go Wildcats.
Glad to have Prater with us this week. Next week we have another guest picker, State Senator Mr. Floyd Nicholson will be with us, so make sure you make it next week too.
So if you have any questions or comments, you can email us at sports@indexjournal.com, and we'll see you next week. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thank you.